Hello and welcome to a new episode of SwiftUI Elements. Today we will talk about the TabView. For this example, I created two example views, view 1 and view 2, and basically they are only simple views with a background color and text. Here it's view 1, and view 2 is the same with a different background color and with the text view 2. So what happens when we add it to a normal view? So just adding view 1 and 2. So the normal behavior is that view 1 and 2 is stacked vertically over each other, like you see in the preview here. And what I want to show you today is the tab view. So we basically have two different tabs, one with view 1 and the other with view 2. And you use tab view basically when you have different navigation paths in your app. So for example, just imagine view 1 is our main app, the main features you have. So maybe a list, you can navigate to some detail views and stuff like that. And view 2 is another part of the app, for example, a settings view, where you can also navigate into several elements. But for the simplicity of the example here, I just use these two views. So normally in a tab view, the basic behavior in what Apple wants is each tab has its own navigation stack or navigation path. So you can navigate individually in each tab and also save the state. So when you switch the tabs and return it, you have the same state as when you left it. So how does a tab view work? Basically, it's like a V-stack. So we can just add it here in the view. So let me do that. So we just add a tab view around those two views. So as you can see, the view is now shown full screen. And now we need a way to tell the compiler how to represent the different tabs. And this we can do with the tab item. And what we can do, we can give it a label. We have an older video about a label. We can present it over here. What we can do is we can assign a title and an icon. So for example, we just say what we see. So this is view 1, and we use SF symbols, and we say we just want to present it as a circle, for example. And as you can see at the bottom, there's already a tab item rendered with our SF symbol and with our text view 1. So now we add the same tab item to the second view, and here you can see it very well. So let's adjust the ignore saved area. So I just remove it from the two views. So we get a safe area, and when I return to it, then now we can see it better. And when I tap on it, I can switch the views. So that's the basic usage of a tab view. But maybe you want to say, okay, I want programmatically select one of the tabs. How can we do that? When we have a look, what we else can add to the tab view, we have a selection parameter, which is an optional binding. And as the name says, it's used to select the tab. So for that, we need a binding. So let's add a state private var selected tab. And the selected tab could be nearly everything. So we could say it's an int, and we start with 0. And now we have to say which tab each tab needs now an ID, and you can do that with the tag element that sets a unique tag value for this view. So we say this view is 0, and the next view is 1. And now we can say the selection is the selected tab. And then when we recompile it and restart the preview, the first view gets selected because we said the selected tab is 0. And when I switch it to 1, the select tab switches to the second one. Normally would not do an integer here. So what you can also say, or that normally you do something like creating an enum with your tab. And we have a case view 1 and view 2. And we can say, okay, the selected tab is now not an int anymore, it's the tab. And we say it's view 1. Now, when the view re-renders, the first view gets selected. Then I switch to view, to the second one. Nothing happens because we haven't adjusted the tag. So now we need to say, okay, this is not 0 and 1 anymore, the text. So we need to say this one is the tab view 1, and this one is the tab view 2. And now our logic works again. So second view is selected, and when I switch it to 1, it switches here to the red one. As I said, when you want to have the different navigation paths, you normally would say, okay, you wrap every view here in a navigation stack. We haven't talked about navigation stacks, so this will come in a future video. So that's why I won't explain this one now. But in the navigation stack video, we start at this point here. Yeah, and that's it with the tab view. If you have any ideas, suggestions, or questions for this video, leave a comment in the description. That's it for today. See you next time. Bye-bye.